they think it's all over? Since our last series, the sporting world has been rocked by scandals involving sex, drug-taking, bribery, leading to wholesale sackings. And sadly, after intensive investigations, we haven't been able to pin anything on David, Rory or Gary. So we're stuck with them for another series. Welcome back. David's right-hand woman this week is a comedian and former psychiatric nurse who recently got married to another psychiatric nurse. It was the only wedding in history where the best man's buttonhole was on the back of his jacket. Joe Brown. On David's left is a man who learned his snooker in his mum's living room and still enjoys a game with his family. Only these days, of course, he's usually knocked out in the first round by his Aunt Doris. Steve Davis. With Gary and Rory this week, a famously rude TV interviewer who recently said, "Sometimes I go too far. I honestly regret some of the things I say to my guests." Well, don't worry, it happens to us all. It's that charmless bull tosser, Clive Anderson. We open the new series by asking the teams to explain what lies behind a pair of goal celebrations. David, Joe and Steve, here's Robbie Fowler scoring a penalty for Liverpool against Everton last week.
And Robbie Fowler has the chance to restore parity for Liverpool. And it's very well taken. And I'm not sure that's the most sensible of celebrations from Robbie Fowler, but he's enjoying the moment.
Now, what we'd like to know is what was the official explanation given after the match for that goal celebration?
Am I right in saying he was wearing one of those breathing strips? You know, those little strips on your nose.
He certainly was.
Allows you to get more up there.
You know, like footballers do that snotting thing where they go...
Yeah.
No, Joe.
What?
Back of the hand. Always
is
the back
that
of the
the
hand.
right action?
Yeah. So it goes nicely down your wrist.
That reminds me.
What's it called? Is there a verb for it?
Yeah, what is it, Gary?
Snotting. To snot.
To snot.
Snot. Yeah.
You know the city of Nottingham was originally called Snottingham.
And what's the place where a man spits just there, like you did? Can we see that?
Yeah.
That's quite nice. Well done.
Thank you very much.
That's all right.
This is a welcoming show, isn't it?
That's called sputum, isn't it?
Every time I'm glad he comes, I'll tell you. No.
He's been fined 64 grand, hasn't he?
Something like
for
that.
doing that, which, if you work it out, that's 1,000 raps of Charlie.
You get a good price, Joe.
How do I know that? Kirk Stevens told me. Or that bloke off Blue Peter, if you don't know who Kirk Stevens is.
Is Charlie some sort of slang term for it, then, is it?
Oh, ha, Rory. Oh, ha. Was it something to do with Graham Lasseau?
Possibly.
Well, see, you can either snort coke or blow it up your arse, can't you?
Informative and educational.
You must have a very funny shaped rolled up pound note.
Pound note? Where are you getting those from? Pound note? Hey? We're cooking on gas here.
He does it in Scotland.
You get a 10-shilling note out.
There wasn't the official explanation that it was Gerard Houllier, wasn't
Yes,
it? Gerard Houllier. Didn't he say that some French footballer was celebrating by eating grass and that Fowler was copying them?
Yeah, sort of. I'll probably give you 3 points for that. Here's team manager Gerard Houllier with an elaborate excuse involving Liverpool's former Mets player, Rigobert Song.
Even at training sometimes we imitate Rigobert Song. You know, in Metz they used to do that all the time and just eat the grass and walk, and I think he was just doing that.
Robbie Fowler's been banned for 6 games, partly for the coke sniffing and partly for a separate incident in which he bent over and showed his arse to Graham Lasseau, although Gerard Houllier still thinks he was doing an impression of Bobby Charlton and Duncan Goodhue. Robbie Fowler's nickname at Anfield is God, because fewer and fewer people believe in him every year. Gary, Rory and Clive. For you, we have the Argentina striker Gabriel Batistuta scoring for Italian club Fiorentina.
Batistuta goes on, and scores superbly. Terrible mistake by Costa Curta, but he doesn't mind. And it's Batistuta. Oh, what a strike by the Argentine.
So, Gary's team, what do we think was the reason behind that?
Well, it's a bit tough, isn't it? Because Robbie Fowler got fined and banned for about 4 games for that, encouraging people to smoke or to snort coke. Whereas Batistuta is mowing down the crowd with a machine gun, so he ought to have been banned for 7 weeks
He
for
wasn't.
that.
He was actually scything the grass.
Scything the grass, yeah. Well, I don't know. It looks a bit like a machine, but it looks like he might have sort of glove puppets on his hands. So it's a sort of sooty and sweep thing. If you look at it, trust me.
I've actually operated Sooty, you know.
Have you?
Yeah. It's true. Sooty goes to heaven. They say. St. Peter says, Sooty, you're in heaven, you can have anything you want. He says, I want Matthew Corbett shrunk to this side so I can shove my hand up his arse. What are you saying?
It's a natural way to celebrate. He shot a goal, I'm going to shoot, I'm a hero. It's something like, it's like a James Bond impression, something like that.
Oh, that's very, very good, yeah.
Is it something
You
like
want to go
that?
any further than James Bond, just James Bond?
Sean
I'm
Connery.
tempted to give it to you anyway.
Sean Connery.
No, I'm going to give you 3 points for that. Here's Gabriel Batistuta himself to explain.
No, non ce l'ho con nessuno, ma è stata una storia personale con un massaggiatore. E lui è convinto che è un agente 007, allora io per ucciderlo ho fatto questo gesto.
Japanese games company Nintendo recently bought a large stake in Fiorentina. They just spent 20 million quid on a small mustachioed plumber in overalls. Football in Florence actually began in the 15th century. Thank you. You should worry, at least you get the chance to make the f***ing stuff up.
Well, you could if you could.
Yeah. Football in Florence actually began in the 15th century. An early record still exists of the original stars, Umberto Di Costello, Fabio Di Brindisi and Tony Cotti. So at the end of that round, David's team have 3 points and Gary's team have 3 points. We move on to our excuses round, where we ask the teams what pitiful reasons were given for sporting calamity. David's team, your subject is the most unconvincing excuse for a tie since Joe Ashton visited a massage parlour. It's Lennox Lewis's recent draw against Evander Holyfield. Now, at this point, we'd normally show you a clip from the fight, which Don King kindly said we could have for a nominal fee. But unfortunately, it turned out what he'd actually said was, you can have it for a phenomenal fee. So, to save £20,000 of your money, we've staged our own reconstruction of that controversial 5th round.
Now I realise why you asked me to put on a Lennox Lewis mask.
Now, one of the judges, Eugenia Williams, scored the fight as a clear win for Holyfield and then later admitted she'd been talking rubbish. What was her excuse, David's team?
Did she say, I am a woman and I don't understand anything about boxing? And then did she go, oh dear, I've burnt the scones and burst into tears?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Was she doing an Essex girl impression saying, leave him, Evander, he's not worth it? No.
Did she lose her score sheet?
She lose her score sheet?
And then say, I've lost my score sheet, and then Evander Holyfield said, it's all right, I've got one here.
That is a joke that's been waiting to happen since Van Gogh died. Well done.
Have you borrowed Don King's hair?
Have I borrowed Don King's hair?
For the evening.
Have you borrowed Bernard Manning's arse for your face?
Oh, it could be the House of Commons in here, honestly.
Did she say that she couldn't see properly because one of them had their back turned to her, blocking the other one, so she couldn't see, and there were people in the way?
You're doing it all for this team, aren't you? Yeah, I'll give you 3 points for that. Here's Lennox Lewis's manager. Well done. Good filling, good filling, good. Here's Lennox Lewis's manager, Frank Maloney, to tell us.
The lady judge claims she couldn't score the round to Lennox Lewis because despite having the best seat in the house, She couldn't see Lennox Lewis's work rate because his back was in the way. She claims it was too big. What do you think, Don?
Well, that's not the only Don King puppet, of course. Some of them judge the fight. Eugenia Williams is actually an experienced boxing judge who started her career with the Police Athletic League. In one of her early decisions, she ruled that Rodney King had clearly outpointed the LAPD. Although he grew up in Canada, Lennox Lewis was born in East London, and he's as cockney as the next man, as long as he's standing next to Dick Van Dyke. Gary's team now, and even more prestigious occasion for you, it's pool and the Moscone Cup. And action from the vital tie featuring Steve Davis and Fabio Petroni.
And here come Fabio Petroni and Steve Davis. Fabio Petroni looks to be in some kind of distress. He's sobbing there. Seems to have pulled himself together somewhat now, though. Leans over, prepares to break. Oh, where's the white going? Oh, he's scratched. I wonder how he's going to react to that now.
Great.
Well, Steve, you really ran the gamut of emotions there, didn't you? From A to B. So, Gary's team, why was Steve's partner, Fabio Petroni, blubbing like a little girl?
You look so pleased with yourself and chuckling away. And Fabio's in tears. Had you told him a joke in the wings? Why are we playing pool? You're a snooker player, not me.
Yeah, but he's crap.
Oh, sorry. He's a world champion.
That was unfair. Oh. Sorry, Steve, sorry. Had somebody knocked his 50p off the side of the table?
Wipe the names off the blackboard and put them at the bottom.
Oh, he's upset because he was the one that got the bent cue with no tip. So...
It's gone from strength to strength for you, hasn't it, Steve?
It has, certainly, yes. I was number 6 in the rankings in the pool. We had a 6-man team, and I was number 6.
Is he Italian?
He's Italian, yes.
Was he crying because he'd entered a moustache-growing competition and came second to his mother? or his aunt?
Gary.
Was he just a bit excited about playing with a boy wonder?
Yeah, I'll give you 3 points for that. And here's Fabio Petroni himself to tell the story.
What? I cry because I represent Europe in the Moscone Cup, the biggest tournament in the world, and because I played with Steve Davis, the legend of the pool, and that's enough to make anyone cry.
The normal rules of pool are winner stays on, so Steve here has never actually played 2 consecutive games. Funny enough, Steve and David Gower were playing a frame of pool just before the show, but David had to retire after he kept wafting aimlessly a foot away from the ball. And at the end of that round, David's team have 6 points and Gary's team have 6 points. And now it's the return of our photo fit round. We've mixed up 3 famous sporting faces into one hideous whole. David's team, we'd like you to unravel this.
This is Sammy Davis Jr., isn't it?
Is it a picture of Tony Blair from the front of the Belgrade Times? Is it a computer graphic of Edward and Sophie's first child?
It's John Barrymore when the movie's got him by the throat.
That's, I'll tell you what it is, one of those royal novelty condoms. Look, that, just slipping it on there.
One of those royal novelty condoms?
Oh, yeah. Well, we call them king size.
Do we?
I do.
Yeah, me.
Is it the brother that Jimmy Hill keeps in the attic? Or is it?
Yeah, it's the brother that keeps Jimmy Hill in the attic.
Or is it the bloke who tests Princess Margaret's bathwater?
I bet that crown would really hurt, wouldn't it?
What, on the end of a bloke's knob? Or just generally?
Isn't it supposed to be 3 different people?
It is supposed to be 3 different people.
Well done, Steve. You've spotted it's 3 different people.
Don't call me Steve for nothing.
I love
OK, how much is it?
It's the best joke I've ever heard in my life.
It's brilliant and it's stupid.
Says nothing at all.
How much do...
Oh, dear.
You're sick.
Paracetamol, please.
Right, well, the top
So how much
bit's
do you have to pay
obviously Prince Nassim, isn't
Prince Nassim, yes, yeah, I'll give you that.
Is it Glenn Hoddle in a future life?
it? The mouth at the bottom, is that Monica Lewinsky? Sorry.
Michael Owen at the bottom.
Michael Owen?
With all those films.
Yeah, any ideas over here?
Yeah, it's Bernie Eccleston
In the middle, definitely.
and Frankie Dettori.
Ooh, let's have a look if you're right. Yep, so that's 1 point to David's team, 2 points to Gary's team. Prince Nassim, Bernie Eccleston and Frankie Dettori, but you get a chance for a bonus point on David's team. What do those three people have in common?
I think I know this one, actually.
Well, then tell us.
Is this the quick fire round?
They all have wives who are taller than they are.
Is the correct answer for a bonus point. Yes, let's see them. Last year, Prince Nassim announced before his fight with Wayne McCulloch, "I'm going to beat him like I'm his daddy." The plan went well until after the fight when he was taken away by the social services. Apparently, Bernie Eccleston's close friends include Kenneth Clark and Chris de Burgh. No wonder he finds Formula One so interesting. In 1993, the police arrested Frankie Dettori with 2 grams of cocaine. They became suspicious at the weigh-in because he doubled in weight. So, Gary, your team must unstitch these three.
I've had her.
I'll do it for you.
Hooray! It's back! It's back!
That line comes with the photo fit round. I have,
Every
it's
time.
a tradition. I haven't, in fact, had her at all. I've had a younger sister. Or was that Graham Ricks?
Is it Jamaica's Norman Wisdom?
He's very good. He can make a telephone directory funny. He rolled it up and shoved that up his arse. Sorry.
I can do my maths.
So that's what you were doing when I came.
Yeah, they're ringing a minicab phone.
This is taking a strange turn. Is this the Hucknall brother that they don't talk about?
No, that's Mick Hucknall.
Well, it's got...
It's Rude,
I don't know, it's got to be Rude Hullet.
Rude Hullet, I think, is probably
unless
right,
you're fooling
yes.
us, that's quite an easy one, but the rest of it's harder.
Cornucova?
First name?
Anna?
Do we have it first name?
The chin.
The chin.
Gormless. Must be a rugby player. Must be Welsh. What do you reckon?
Is this topical,
Definitely
is it?
Neil Jenkins.
Let's see if you're right. Let's spin it up.
Wow.
Very good. Rude Hullet, Anna Cornucova and Neil Jenkins. No, Neil Jenkins. Now, once again, there's a fact that connects the three of them.
They all speak perfect English except for Neil Jenkins.
No, the link is that they've all been banned from having sex. Rude Hullet was forced to remain celibate for 3 weeks before every big match when he was at AC Milan. During the US Tennis Open of 1997, the 16-year-old Anna Kournikova was banned by New York state law from having relations with her boyfriend because of their age gap of 11 years. And Neil Jenkins has to sleep in a separate room from his wife the night before an international match, along with the rest of the Welsh rugby side. I'm not sure that came out quite right. Neil Jenkins' team, Pontypridd, were involved in a massive barroom brawl on tour in Brive, after which the French side described the Welshmen as uncouth pigs. Apparently, they'd ordered white aftershave with their meat. Anna Kournikova was once accused by Pam Shriver of wearing out the mirror in the players' locker room. It was particularly irritating because Pam was desperate for a shave. And so at the end of that round, David's team have 8 points and Gary's team have 11. It's time now to deny our regulars of the gift of sight as we play Feel the Sportsman. Gary and Rory, you're up first.
Yeah. What is the idea of this round? Do I have to pick out Which of these used to be in Mungo Jerry? Is that
Yes, that's it. And I think it's quite easy.
Yeah. Put your blindfold on, Rory.
What?
You're cheating.
I'm not cheating, there's nobody here yet.
Put it on.
The Invisible Man.
It comes on.
The Invisible Man is the one.
Your own side are you on anyway?
Gary's.
OK, can we have our first mystery guest, please? Your 90 seconds start now.
Ah.
Ooh, what's that?
Hello, what's this?
Where is it?
Oh, dear. Linford Christie.
What is it?
Oh. Number 24, Bolton Wanderers. Elsewhere, number 18, Newcastle United or Manchester City. What do you think? Snooker, is it a snooker? Is it that bloke?
Yeah,
I bet it's that bloke Petroni, the one who was crying, the Italian. I thought I'm filling this for.
Force of habit, mate. Force of habit. You don't need a clue, I don't think, Rory, quite honestly.
You're there, come on.
Oh,
it must
it's
be,
not Graham Kelly.
It isn't.
It is indeed! OK, then. David and Joe, if you'd like to take your positions out there for Phil the Sportsman.
Put your blindfold on.
Are you head of blindfolds, Clive? Can I take mine off now?
I would if I were
You
you.
look like the top of a lamb chop, actually.
God, easy round the applause.
OK, can we have our second mystery guest, please? OK, and your 90 seconds start now. Oh! OK, let him get near for a minute.
Is it a weather forecast? What's going on?
It's Bill Clinton.
Is it
watery
Gwyneth
eyes.
Paltrow?
Good.
Not bad, good ad.
And if it is, can I punch her in the... it's Steve, mate.
Yeah, come on, what's his name?
Oh, yes, Mr. Signor Petroni. The
First name?
Oh, Fabio. Well,
Yeah.
Fabio's.
Absolutely correct, well done. So at the end of that round, David's team have 11 points and Gary's team have 14. We end, as always, with the name game. The winning team goes first, which at the moment is Gary's team. Clive, could you pass those along to Rory, please?
Would it be simpler if I just read them?
It would be simpler, but rather spoil the game. Okay. As many names as you can in the next 90 seconds, hopefully. Starting now.
Aston Villa striker. Well, strikes Swedish people mainly.
Stan Collymore.
Yeah, very good. A newspaper magnate who didn't buy Manchester United.
Rupert Murdoch.
An Arsenal player with a strange Christian name which contains 4 letters that make you blind. Spanish for John.
Juan.
Spanish for Anthony.
Antonio.
Spanish for Samaranch.
To say that was predictable.
Liverpool Cameroonian player who's something you'd sing.
Oh, song.
Yeah.
First
I'd accept
First
it.
name?
Oh,
strange name. Yeah, really.
Pop song is known in the dressing room. Is known as pop. Kids call him pop.
Rigobert.
Yeah.
This bloke is a wrestler. He's the commonest name, a commonest male name. John. Commonest surname.
What's the other?
Smith. John Smith. French for John.
Jean.
French for Jacques.
Jack.
I mean. Yes. Surname is the same word repeated twice. It's something. He's a striker, and it's not a very good name for a striker. Smith. Very good.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So that means Gary's team have moved on to 20. David's team, you have 11. 10 will win you the game, Joe. Good luck.
You must
Pass those on to Joe, please. Your 90 seconds start now.
England football manager. Bit mad. Christian.
Alf
all that
Ramsey.
Sort of. Yeah.
Glenn, we'll do that, yeah.
West Indies cricketer gets lots of runs.
Lara.
Yes.
You can win this.
Know that?
You only need to get
Someone who takes 10% off you, maybe more even.
Manager, agent.
What's his name, you big nerd?
Thomas Hearns.
Thomas Hearns? Thomas Hearns?
He's not a sportsman.
No, you're manager.
What's nothing to do with sport?
What's his name? Get on with it.
Barry Hearn.
Yes.
He doesn't do that, so his manager takes care of that
The
sort of
number
thing.
one snooker player, same as Alex, yes. Venus's sister, tennis player.
Williams.
Oh, that's your 90 seconds.
Yeah, what's her first name?
Sabina. What's her name? Serena.
Come on.
A Liverpool player.
Michael Owen.
Oh, God, give her a chance.
Fowler.
When I go to McDonald's, I buy a ham.
Oh, what's his first
Is it
name?
one chop?
Patrick Berry, thank you. I don't even think a girl.
Oh, brilliant. What a great name. He's a boxer, and
Sounds
his
like-
surname is something brown that you eat, and it's not what you think. Like a Mars bar. What's that
Chocolate,
name?
yeah.
And his first name's Billy the...
Kid.
Yeah,
Chocolate.
yeah. This is a West Indian batsman.
Okay.
So the big news there is that Steve Davis thinks he's managed by Thomas Hitman Hearns. Well, no wonder the old career's been going a bit like that. So at the end of that round, David's team have 18 points, but this week's winner with 20 are Gary's team. To Gary, Rory and Clive, David, Joe and Steve. We're back a day early next week on Wednesday night, so if you're watching the repeat, that's tomorrow. Until then, we're all off to watch Robbie Fowler score. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
And Nick and the lads are back in a fortnight's time. That's because of Chelsea's European semi-final next Thursday at 7:45. Next tonight here on BBC One, Nick Moran and Fiona Allen are on the couch, kicking off a new series of The Frank Skinner Show.